We are live. I believe we are live. Pulling up Borderlands the prequel. Get my stuff all situated here. Make sure everything's all clean and dandy. I think it's booted. Okay, it's booted up. That's good. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Okay, it's booted up. That's good. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Yep, and it popped up on stream, so that's good. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Yep, and it popped up on stream, so that's good. Looks like we're good. I'm gonna boot up my phone real quick on YouTube so I can pull stream up. Mute it so it doesn't, echo. I don't have room for it, but it would be nice if I had like a second monitor I could have the chat on. But I do not have the space because I could get like a really cheap one, like a freaking $20 one. I actually have another monitor already, but it's even bigger than this one, and this one, is already kind of paying the fit. Okay. Play the audio one more time. Sounds good. Okay, we're muting it. So welcome, everybody. I do have the chat up on my phone. I see 2 people are watching, but I do have the stream on YouTube. I see 3 people are watching for 1 second, so one of them was real. Hello, Ratman. Hello. Welcome to stream. We are going to be farming the same shitty shield we've been farming for like 10 months or however long we've been farming it. Luckily, even though the update is complete shit, Commander still works. And everything to do with the farm still works, which is also great. Let me pull up the actual spreadsheet, so if I get it, I can mark it off. Probably not going to happen, but if it does, that'd be fantastic. So far, no Mala ones yet. Make sure the spreadsheet's up. So we are, for those at home, we're looking for Devouring, Fire, Shock, or Cryo Spike Shield. Calamitous, Shock, or Cryo, Nova Shield. The Gutton Spike Shield, and Extreme Nova Shield. That's every single shield that we do not own that is, that we can get right now. We do need, I believe, one more hide. But, I ain't gonna hide from this. That's the Model 1 part right there. That's what we're looking for. Ooh, let's get in there. Let's get in there. So give me that in a bottom part, please. Guys, Mau Mau has arrived. My cat is now in my room. Everyone pog up. Everyone pog up. She's now leaving my room. Mau Mau, come in here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ariel's not gonna hurt you. You guys have been living together for like 3 years. Come here. Ah, good girl. And she's off my lap. But she's on the bed. Best cat. I got this video on YouTube today that said, like, 3 things that you shouldn't do with your cat. And you'd think they're like, oh, don't throw your cat. Don't feed your cat, like, bread or, like, some something like dumb like that. No, it's don't pet your cat's belly. It can make them upset. Don't look at him in the eye. It can make them upset. And then the third one was don't over pet your cat. Actually, the worst YouTube short I think I've ever seen in my life, because literally all three of those things Memo absolutely adores. She loves it when I pet her belly. She goes ape shit. She loves it when I stare at her and I just go meow. She loves that shit. She always like walks on over. She does like a meow of herself. Ariel loves it too. And then she loves it when I put her in my shirt and shit. And then now Ariel over here, you need to stop fighting with Mau. If she wants to get some of your water, you can share it. I filled it like today. She doesn't even want. She's just sleeping on the bed. Just leave her alone. But yeah, dude, cats and dogs, pretty sick. Only cat I friggin' despise in my house is freaking Princess. And she's such a good cat. But she never pops up. She's always under my mom's bed or like hiding or doing some shit. So like I never see her. But whenever I see her, she either runs or she'll get scared and then I start petting her. She's like, yo, this is Pog City. I love getting pets. But she won't ever like actually come to me or shit. And then even like my mom, she doesn't come to my mom unless she's in bed. Then she'll cuddle up with her. She's a good cat. It's just like, bro, walk around, you know, like have a life. You know, you don't gotta be scared of literally everything. What's funny too is you think she'd be, she's not like fat, but you think she'd be like anorexic or like super skinny because she's never out. I think she might be the chunkiest cat we got. She's pretty chunky. So I think she's just out at night getting like the human food that we left over or snatching up some cat food. Dude, I should do like a, because I'm thinking about all these texts that are on the bottom of the screen. I should do like a tier list of all the available text in pre-sequel. I would need to know all the text available in pre-sequel. Like, I've read all of them probably like 10,000 times, but it would be nice to have like just a list of them and go over, because most of them are just absolute shit or like really cringy. Or the other half is just actually useless information once you read it once. I will say, I have played the Lego Star Wars game, and those tips are abhorrent because there is like 4 they play on the loading screen, and each loading screen. Good job. Izzy, which one? Your game room? Okay, go clean the side kitchen. And then the living room. And then you're done. Just straight up. I don't know why I bought that. I didn't need to buy that. But anyway, so the Lego Star Wars game. It only has like 4 tips on the loading screen. And they slide through like pretty much all 4 every time. Because I'm playing on Switch. So the loading times are like not super long, but long enough that like it will auto scroll. Which is just so dumb. That there's only 4. And then you could go to a guy called like the Tip Bot. And he has like 10,000 things you can read. Why is that not just in the loading screens? I feel like that'd be way more useful. Now, most of the tips are just like brain dead because they probably think that like 4-year-olds are playing their game. But still, that game is pretty good overall. They fixed a couple of the crashes on Switch, which is good. I don't think I've had a single like horrific bug or like a crash since they did the last update, which is really nice. But the completion log is still completely fucked because it like has a little dot on like a new item you got, but if you hover over it, it will go away, and then the entire PlayStation will go away. But as soon as you load up again or you save quit or anything, it will just repop it. And sometimes they won't go away even if you look at it. Like I got 3 CPO, and his dot just won't go away. which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but like when I get a new character, I want to look at him and like play with him for a second. But when you have absolutely no idea where he would possibly be, like which subcategory or whatever, it's pretty much like impossible to play new characters unless you actually actively, okay, this is their name. I remember what they look like from, you know, looking for the 10 or 5 or 10 seconds they're even on screen, and then looking for them and grabbing them. This is the content, by the way. This is it. This is all you're gonna get. You're gonna get random Mark lore all day for like an hour because there's literally nothing else to talk about. I know I've said this like 50 times. There's nothing to talk about in game. I always say, oh, I didn't get a shield so many times before I lose my damn mind. That's why please let me be pre-sequel, because then I could talk about like chopper farming or cobra farming or fucking anything else. Of course, then I gotta do 1340 at some point, and that's gonna be even more brain dead than this. It's gonna be even worse. The only good thing about that is that it's a true 1 in like 10,000, when this is like worse than 1 in 10,000 if you consider class mods and shields. But you also can have more. Like there I had 2 Molo and shields, so it would actually like double the value. If I could have 10 Molo and shields every time, it'd be a 1 in 1,000 instead of 1 in 10,000, you know, per shield vendor checkup. 1340 is locked at 1 in 10,000 no matter what. That's the last thing I'm doing, though, as I've stated. Like, I'm gonna farm every other shield and everything, and then just ram that 1340 till I get it, because I want that to be the last item on our channel. And then after that happens, I gotta sort all the clips, which I really need to do. I might just do a fucking live stream, be sorting them if I can even do that. And then I gotta upload all the pre-sequel clips over, because I really don't want to have all the side accounts. I want to just have one main account. I'm kind of glad we still did it, because I think it would have looked like shit if we had the mix back and forth. I know the live streams are kind of shit. I wish there was kind of like a way to hide them, but still make them really easy to watch, if that makes sense. I could have like, maybe I could like private them and then have like a playlist or something, or like unlist them and then have like a playlist in the, I don't know. It feel like it would just be a pain in the ass. Yeah, I know what the people want. The people want the items. That's what the people want. That's the will of the people right there. But also, you know, I like doing these because then people are like, oh yeah, Mark's not dead. He didn't die of like, you know, the cough or whatever. He's still playing the game. And he just is very unlucky. That's close. You ever seen one mellow part on a cryo? I mean, that's as close as you're gonna get without getting it, pretty much. The scary thing is once I get one of the cryo shields. And I've gotten, I think a couple duplicates rare shields, but I don't, by like a couple, I mean like 2. I think Matt's gotten more than I have. And most of the ones I got were, I think I got 1 Mama 1 duplicate, which really pissed me. Like, that killed the whole day. And then there was a couple, actually, it might have been 3, but there was some that Matt already got, that I got. Most of which was like a while after. I think one of them was like a week after. It's like really recent. But I think the first one was like one Matt got like a month ago or something, so it didn't hurt as bad. And, you know, I'm glad that we got it, but it's also, you know, sometimes you want to be the one to get it, you know? I don't know why I did that. It's still slower. Okay, there we go. I was drinking water, so I wasn't playing at peak efficiency there. Make sure you hydrate. That might be a fucking triple mall one. I don't think so because that capacity is really high, but this might be a triple mall one. At least this is what one would look like. Inflammable, side, and then bottom. And what's funny too is, as I stated, this is not what we want. If we get a triple mall one on a cryo spike shield, it's as useful as this shield to me. Completely, utterly useless. But would be kind of funny. In a sad kind of way. Especially because it's only one Mono part, so it's like less likely to get triple Mono one on a cryo. Because as I say with other shields, is like so if you have a shield that has 4 possible elements on it, it's a significantly higher chance to get an element on that than a shield that only has 1 element. However, it's significantly more likely to get 1 type of element on a shield that only has 1 element opposed to a shield that has 4. So like assuming that the Hydatera and the Fable Tortoise had the exact same drop rate, same everything, right? Like same time, everything. The Fable Tortoise is a lot easier to get blast proof than if you had 3 of the elements for the hide and you only had blast proof left. Because the other 3 are still in the pool when the blast proof just doesn't have it. And each one's like a weight of 10 when normal shields are a weight, or normal tops are a weight of 100 and Tediors are a weight of 200. To my knowledge, that's how that works. I only really know the capacitor. I've fucking begged people to tell me the freaking side weights and everything, but I've never gotten info on it. So I just assume for, you know, my sanity is that the side parts and the bottom parts are the exact same weights as the top parts, which makes sense in my head, but might not be 100% true. As in, like, if a Tedior is 200 weight on the top, then it's 200 weight on the side and 200 weight on the bottom. If a Model 1 is 10 weight on the top, then it's 10 weight on the bottom, 10 weight on the side. And just from the amount of time I've done shield farming, it seems pretty accurate. And it's at least accurate enough to get, you know, within the ballpark. And that way you can, you know, you actually figure out the percent odds of getting stuff. And, you know, that's how we get the 1 in 10,000. It's a little bit more. It's like 1 in 10,400 or 11,000. It's like somewhere around there, but 1 in 10,000 is just way easier to say. And it gets the gist that it's rare. It's really all that matters. Because we got to get it either way. So if there's a 1 in 1 or a 1 in 10,000, it doesn't really matter, you know? And now, as I'm saying all this stuff in Borderlands, right, you think like, oh my god, Mark's so good. I'm fucking ass at this game, dog. I mean, Matt's genuinely pretty good. But when I play these games, I'm just dog shit. I just know a lot of stuff about them. Now, like, I could get a level 1 character to OP10, like, by myself. I'm not, like, that bad. But I'm not like Jolts, where they go to different DLCs and get, like, the level boost. They know fucking if they clip into this one side mountain, they get to Tiny Tina's crack. And it gives them plus 10 to movement. Like, I don't know any of that shit, right? I'm ass. I'm not a speedrunner. And I mean, when I look at just a gun, I'm also usually pretty biased on stuff I like, opposed to stuff that's actually good. Like, if I see a perfect Jacob sniper rifle and I see, like, a dull, like, sticker, like, E-Tech sticker, I'm probably gonna take the dull E-Tech sticker, just because I think it's funny. Of course, I really like Jacobs. I think Jacobs is my favorite manufacturer, so that's not entirely true. And then I really like Vladof a lot too, which is funny because they're kind of like polar opposites. And then everyone else just kind of gets funneled in. I really like Hyperion too. Hyperion's pretty neat. I like their gimmick. I think in Borderlands 1 they're just mid because they're just accurate. They don't actually have any cool gimmick. But a lot of weapons in Borderlands 1 don't really have a gimmick, so it's kind of fair. Unless, you know, they're legendary. Something I did like in Borderlands 1, though, is that all... And now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I've been told that all legendary... what's it called? T-tier weapons, because they have good reload, had ammo regen. I wouldn't be opposed to a Borderlands game where, like, legendaries like that are more manufacturer-focused. And I also really like it, too, when they mix manufacturers, even though they're not all that good. But, like, the Invader, where it's effectively, they took the burst component, or sorry, not the Invader, the, is it the Invader? It's just that Hyperion sniper rifle that is a dull burst, but it has the Hyperion accuracy. So even though I think the dull burst, like the first burst is usually pretty accurate, then after that it goes to shit. But with the Invader, it like bomb, and then you could do it right again because it like increased the accuracy. But the first pellet or first like burst is usually inaccurate, which, you know, isn't like a doll, because a doll usually is pretty accurate on its first shot, but then gets wildly inaccurate. Like, I really like those ones. Or the Big Boom Blaster, where you take the idea of like the doll shield, but then you combine it with a Torg like explosive element, not necessarily their explosive shield, but how, you know, they're all about explosives and grenades, where the booster gives shield, but it also gives rocket and grenade, which I think is really cool. Like, that kind of stuff's really sick. Now, you know, a little bit r/Borderlands 3 hate, but I feel like all those guns are just like, they're cool. I like a lot of them, but they're all kind of like all over the place. I feel like a lot of them don't have an identity. I feel like a lot of guns in or a lot of items in Borderlands 3 don't have an identity, personally. Like, the whole I think shields in that game are dog, like, it's just ass. I fucking hate that there's only like 4 manufacturers and one of them's Hyperion, and I think another one, no, I think it's 3, because I think it's Pangolin, Anshin, Hyperion, which I think is so dumb. Like, why, if you're gonna remove all the cool shields from Borderlands 2 that are like manufacturer specific, why fucking keep Hyperion? Like, honestly, just make an SNS munitions, bring them back, and then have them do shields, or it's like something like that, right? Just have 3 purely shield and like class mod affected things, but they didn't. They were Hyperion. But effectively, they took all the shield like effects and just put them in as like kind of like red text bonuses, or I guess more like class mod bonuses, which I just think is super lame. I think that shit's super lame. What I would have liked is maybe have like a little mixture where you have everyone make their own shields, like in Borderlands 2, and then you could honestly bring because there's a community mod or something like that that brings Jacob shields, and those are pretty cool. It's effectively like Rough Rider minis, instead of just giving you like massive health and massive damage reduction. They're lesser. So like, oh, there's a small movement speed buff, or there's a small HP regen, but you have no shield. Like that would be sick. And then add the little effects, but only have like 1 or 2 maybe. But then you would still have like Hyperion there, still amp, and every Hyperion shield you got would still be amp. But then you might be able to get like a booster too, right? And the booster would affect your amp, or you know, not even, it doesn't have to do that, because it would fill your shield faster. You get your amp faster. Like, I feel like that would be a lot better than Hyperion shields just have like a random assortment of stats that are higher than Anshin shields that are higher than or smaller than Pangolin or whatever. I think that's just super lame. And then also, too, if you actually want a Pacific Shield, it's so much fucking harder to farm it. Because not only is it's more like, okay, I want a Roid Shield, so let me go farm a perfect 3 Roid Shield instead of, like, I want a Roid Shield and I can kind of just get a Bandit Shield that's good. And then I know it's going to be somewhat reliable. Hello, Rainbow Road Champ 66. Welcome to the stream. We are farming shields. I really hope the people that join this stream, like, I know I've said this a couple times too, like, actually know what I'm doing and aren't just like, oh man, I want to watch some Borderlands content. I'm gonna watch this guy. He's probably doing like a run or something, or like maybe a challenge or something, and then it's just this for like an hour with like random me talking about like Borderlands 3 could have been really good. Now I will say, I do like Borderlands 3 better than this game. But this is where the community might lynch me. I don't think it's better by that much. I think like my rating is pre-sequel is at the bottom. You could put Tales on the bottom if you want, but that's just because I really don't like story games. It doesn't like the Tales from the Borderlands is probably the best like Tales-esque game they've ever made because it is pretty good. I just really don't like this type of games. But then you have pre-sequel, then you have Borderlands 3, you have Borderlands 1, and then you got Borderlands 2. That's like my little hierarchy. I haven't played Wonderlands. I've heard it's mid, but it's probably better than 3. And then I haven't played the one shot, but I mean it's just fucking the DLC. So I mean it's probably gonna be maybe like below 1. I don't know where I put that. That's such a weird outlier. Also, we're gonna have to farm that game eventually, guys, because it has like one unique gun. It's like a friggin' hide a Terramorphous drop. It's like getting the chopper from the Terramorphous, so that's fun. The only thing that's good is that the bone guy dies like omega fast, but I don't even know if Commander works. You probably have to walk to him, which blows, but I'm sure we could probably figure something out with that guy. I know I used to do some pretty good jumps with Sal, so there might be some way to get like a bot, because I think like almost everything's in that DLC. Get like a bada boom and then just boom 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 to him. I think it's called the Creeper, if I remember right. That gun sucks though. And what's stupid too is there's apparently like 4 guns or 5 guns that are unique to that DLC that just don't fucking drop. I don't know why they don't drop. Like, that's so dumb. You only have like 1 unique item that drops. Oh, and you have shields. You do have shields. You have like a new, I think you have Jacobs. I think Jacobs drops a shield or something like that. It's like a new shield in there. I don't know what it is. But there is a new shield in the Tiny Tina DLC that I remember vividly. So it's a new shield. It's a new, like, blue doll pistol or TDR pistol that's just dog shit. And then everything else is just crowded loopholes of the game. It's so ass. Gearbox really need to fucking step up their games, man. They've been putting out some fucking stinkers lately. Like I said, I haven't played Wonderlands. I've heard, I mean, it's probably got like the Borderlands 3 curse, where it's like the first time you play it, it's probably super good, but on repeat playthroughs, it's probably ass because you have to sit through story stuff and all that other garbage that Borderlands 2 doesn't really have to deal with. But that's just me guessing. I'm not gonna really shit on that game until I play it, which I'm probably going to. But I would prefer to finish pre-sequel in Borderlands 2 first. And then I need to get a guy that can tell me what the fuck is in Borderlands 3 so we can actually hunt it. Because I got no clue. I know it's a lot. Borderlands 3 probably has more than pre-sequel and 2 combined, but I think overall it's probably going to be easier. which, you know, famous last words, but I don't think it's going to be nearly as bad as a 1 in 10,000 shield like this. I know Perfect Gear sucks in that game. Like, Perfect Gear, like, getting, like, right mayhem modifiers and all this, or anoints, is complete dog water. But, you know, an anoint doesn't actually change the name, so it doesn't matter. It's like, you know, it doesn't even add anything. It's not even, like, gemstone. So, like, I don't think we have to actually farm a single anoint in, like, that whole game. Same, like, it's pretty much their, like, Lunestone effects in this game. But anoints are actually, I don't want to say they're a good addition because I don't think they are, but they are, like, they're actually impactful in that game. I also will say, from what I remember playing, that game is, like, really, really easy. And I haven't played the new Mayhem level, so that's fair. But, like, I think 95% of the content can be gotten without Mayhem levels. And then the 5% that is, I think, is just farm boss over and over again until we get them all. Which, I mean, is fine, I guess. And come on, you didn't do anything this fun in Borderlands 3? I doubt it. Honestly, I know shield farming in that game's gonna be fucking dog shit, too. It's just, I don't think it's gonna be this bad, but it's probably gonna be just like this. Because, like, if you get 3 Roid, it's a different name than if you get 2 Roid and a turtle. It's a different name if you get 1 Roid and 2 turtles. And it's a different name if you get 2 Roids and 1 amp. I mean, like, and there's a lot of those. There's, like, 14 of those. And most of them apply on legendaries. And legendary shields, I think, are actually going to be, like, kind of scary in that game. Like, the amount I'm going to have to kill in order to get it. Luckily, I think all parts are pretty much equal. And the whole reason I don't even have a list yet is because it's like Borderlands 1. Where it's more stat-based. So, like, if a gun has higher, like, accuracy than a normal gun of the same type, it has a different name. And also has a different name if it has, like, a blade. But it can also have a mag extender, and sometimes the element prioritizes the mag extender, but like, it's such a mess. It's such a mess. I'm sure, like, I know there's tools, so you can manually do it, and we tried doing that, but it would, the amount of time it would take to manually figure it all out would probably be the time it would take to do the fucking hunt. So at that point, like, what's the point? Getting the Borderlands 1 or Borderlands 2 and pre-sequel hunt setup only took like 2 months. And almost all that was manual. And there's a lot of errors. I don't mind some errors, but you need to have a pretty good base. And we don't even have like 1/10 of the base required for Borderlands 3. But if the G-Man walked in my door, gave me some papers, and was like, here's every single gun in Borderlands 3, I'd fucking do it. Like, I'm serious. I would 100% do it. And I know Matt would do it, and probably Hunter would do it too. But Hunter would probably give up after, like, day 10. Ponderous Cryo Spike Shield. And I know everyone... don't pog. This ain't fucking it, Chief. This ain't fucking it. This is a faker right here. Last time we had something that looked like this, we had 88 capacity. This one has 113. I'm pretty sure this one's a pangolin on the bottom. But yeah, this is what it would look like. It would look just like this. But that's not it. For a second, I thought we got something new. But no, that's not it. That's what we're looking for, though. That's what we're looking for. Hey, fucking Jeffrey, the piece of shit that decided it'd be cool to have the pangolin be the exact same texture as Maliwan, when there's literally no other shield texture in the game that looks the same as a different one. Honestly, fuck you, dude. I hate you so much. You could have just made, like, Doll and Pangolin look the same, or, like, 2 shield parts that no one gave a shit. You had to do it with the only shield part that anyone ever actually farms. Fucking asshole. warming. Dude, it's crazy how often freaking you get top Maliwan of those TDR shields. And Maliwan isn't like, it's pretty bad on TDR shields, honestly. I think the top piece is probably okay to take a little bit of a hit, but sometimes that data removal is pretty damn good. This is a blast proof. Keep in mind, blast proof actually is not a Maliwan, even though it is lumped in with the Maliwans because it's the same weight and everything. It is a Torg, so. Now I do have Torg side and bottom at 100. I only have Torg top at 10 in my calculations because I treat it as a regular shield part because it spawns so often on the bottom and sides, but on the top it's really rare. But it pops up pretty much exactly the same small one, so that's why it's a 10. And like I said, I have the actual numbers for the top part, and it is supposed to be a 10 weight. And I assume pre-sequel's the exact same, so that's why I always bring it up. Because, you know, I've been told that pre-sequel code is very different. I beg to differ. It's the same fucking game. I literally can see errors in shit that's in Borderlands 2 in this game. So it's like telling me that they didn't use any code from like Pokemon Red when they made Pokemon Yellow or Pokemon Blue. It's like they use this. It's the same shit. They changed like 10 things. Like I bet you the trash cans are probably the exact same code. It's just they use a different texture for the trash cans, and then when opened in vacuum, like spawn like effect. I mean, like, it's the same shit. Also, you don't need to defend pre-sequel. Don't die on that hill. Even if you're right, dude. It's not even worth it. Pre-sequel fucking blows, man. And if I was saying, like, they copied code from Borderlands 1, then you could probably give me a little bit more shit. Because Borderlands 1 and the pre-sequel are pretty different. Even though there probably is, like, a little sharing. I think they completely rewrote everything from Borderlands 1. But they just kept the general feel and, like, identity. Which I think is fun. That's what I want a sequel. I do respect Borderlands 3, back to that topic, for being different. I was kind of scared it was just going to be Borderlands 2 again. Which I want something like Borderlands 2, but I wanted something different. It's just some of the stuff I really, really like. Some of the stuff I just fucking hate in that game. And honestly, if I had like, if someone went in, right, they beat every single boss and got me to the end of the game. Like, Mayhem 10, and then I reset the campaign and I got like a very basic kit. I probably would like it. Or even if they just beat every campaign mission, left everything else open, I probably like that too. I really do not want to go for that campaign again, but I'm gonna have to go through it like 80 times. I don't like going for the pre-sequel campaign. I kind of like going for the Borderlands 2 campaign, but after a while, it's kind of just like background noise. I'm more just like the shooting and the farming. But I think most people know I just like the farming. I just like playing, you know, the RuneScape part of the game. Also, I have a little thing that pops up when people sub. I don't think it's working. I could be wrong. But, I looked at the feed and it said last sub 4 months ago. And I'm like, that's not right because we literally got like 2 subs yesterday. So if it would kind of suck if because I spent like a lot of work on it trying to get it to work if it didn't work, but I'm not too worried about it. Might be able to code it up later. I could also try to get maybe like an alt account to like fake sub or something later as like a test. I'm not going to do it now, but maybe when Matt gets back, I can try to test it. I'm assuming if you unsub and resub, it's not going to work. There's probably like a protection against that because they don't want people to be spamming the shit out of it. But yeah, this is all in Streamlabs, so it's all on their end for that kind of stuff. And it's not like I had to actually code anything. I just had to, like, I had to mess with a lot of settings, get some, JPEGs in there, get some, download some dedicated RAM, the gist. Wow, that was a shitty vendor. Kaz asleep. Kaz asleep on my sweater. That was a better vendor, but not by much. I'm gonna pet the cat. The cat is getting pet. He's loving it. Or, well, she's loving it. Oh, yeah. Good guy. Good boy. Blah, 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 blah. And then, Ariel, you also get pets. Because as we went over last stream, dogs and animals can get very jealous if you do not give them equal treatment. I don't think Mau gets that jealous, but Ariel gets extremely jealous. I also really like that about animals because, like, I know people are very obvious that they have, like, different personalities and stuff. But even, like, cats and dogs, they have pretty different personalities. If you have two cats that look exactly the same, they'll probably have, different personalities and quirks and stuff. They're not going to be, like, the same animal. I mean, you could be like, yeah, all dogs bark. But, I mean, I've had dogs afraid of lightning. I've had dogs that don't mind at all. Ariel's completely, deadly afraid of water in, like, almost any fucking form other than bowl. Which I relate to. But I've had another dog that whenever we watered anything would actively run towards the water and, like, bite it. Like, try to bite the water. And then also would jump in our pools and shit. So, I mean, they're pretty neat. Pretty neat little creatures. Little creatures there. That's why PETA sucks, by the way. Because PETA wants all the animals to not be pets and or die. And they're cringe. Now, what I will say is that the people who have, like, tigers and shit, probably not the best idea. I would say keep your animals to, like, the general domesticated kind. Also, I think that's kind of a rare shield. I don't see that one that often. That might be triple pangolin. But also too, I mean, I'm not gonna go to someone and be like, hey, you can't own that. I'm kind of freedom on that part. As long as you're not, like, abusing the animal and they seem, pretty content, that's all that really matters. Ariel's pretty happy. She's a pretty happy dog. She, like, spins and shit. Oh, she's like a little flip. And now we are at the silent part of the stream. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, the mic. I kind of liked it. This is a pretty good headset. I used to have, like, a really good one, like, fucking, my cat ate it. Luckily, she has not ate any other ones, which is good. And also too, this one has like a pretty. It's like not the last one was like literally wire, like it was just a wire. So it was like rubber surrounded by like a very very thin piece that would actually connect it. So it wasn't like exposed or anything. So it was like really easy for her to just bite it. I mean, I probably could have fucking bit it. I'm just glad she didn't freaking die or some shit. Because, you know, I'd leave my computer off. It was on, she might have got zapped. But this one is like pretty chunky. Pretty chunky, I don't know what you'd call it, like woven, like leather or something. I don't know. It's not leather. It's like the shit that's on like your shoelaces. Like that kind of rope. So I don't think she would eat this. And I've had it for kind of a while now. It's been a couple months and she hasn't even tried it. So I think that's probably good. I'll just do, if I'm not going to use it for a while, I've been wrapping it up. So it doesn't get messed up. That sucks. That shield fender fucking blows. Man, dude, I need Matt back. It's like I'm someone to talk to, man. I hate just leaving all this dead air, but it's like this not really, you know, much to talk about. This is it. This is it, Luigi. Can't go any faster. Can't go any more efficient. Just is what it is. I'm getting some side parts though. I will say that I am getting a decent amount of side parts on these boys. See? No side part. That was a pretty good shield vendor. I know I didn't get anything, but that's pretty much as good as you're gonna get for chances. That was a lot of Maliwan, pretty much all shields. That's what you want. Yeah, see this cautious. Yep. For a second, bottom on one part, but you know, not what we want. Volcano? I think it's called the magma in this game. I don't even think it has a drop location. You would think, like, you know, Magma Rivers would drop it, but no, he does not. That's a community patch. Which made me upset because I think I actually farmed him for a while for it. I don't even play the community patch. I just felt like that made sense, so I just farmed him. This is like something like that. It might not be exactly that, might not be exactly the story, but it was pretty similar to that. I'm pretty sure he is named Magma Rivers and the gun is called Magma. I'm pretty sure. But I do know there was a couple people I farmed. That's a perfect one right there. Literally no class mods. Sucks a lot of it's tedious, but yeah, I farmed a lot of shit that I really shouldn't have wasted my time farming. Oh. Keep hitting enter too early, and that's why you get swapped. Other location. I really should just make all the enters the same place. That way, if I do it, it's not gonna mess anything up. I just forget to do it, and I'm already, you know, kind of in a groove, so I'm not gonna go out of my way to get that set up right now. I don't even know what I have bound as that location right now. Also, you should probably just unbound enter with the mod. That'd probably be the fastest way to do it. Because enter, I literally just use it as the enter key. I don't use it for anything else. awesome. I will say with the streams, I'm gonna try to do them back to back, so I have day 2 in the title. I'll see how long I can keep that up, where I just try to do it every day. Just because I just want pre-sequel done, dude. I just... It's not like it's hurting me to play. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's just so fucking boring. And I know some people watch these. I know some people unironically watch these and they like them. And that's great. But I feel like I'd be a much better performer if I was playing Borderlands 2. And even then, I mean, it's going to get boring eventually on anything, right? I mean, if I farm the Cobra for a couple hours, it's going to just be just as painful. If not more so. Because then I have to actually, you know, get good. Because I'm playing like level 80 enemies. But at least, you know, there's some gameplay there. I haven't even touched my mouse for like 30 minutes or something. Something crazy like that. It's just really, it's escape, left, up, down, right key, and enter. I mean, that's pretty much it, man. And honestly, too, if I could edit escape key, I could probably cut that down to a different key. I could probably cut that down to right key. And then that's gonna, you know, that cuts down even on more keys. That'd be even faster. But it's like, you just gotta put in the hours, you know. If you put in an hour a day, eventually you're gonna get it. It just, you gotta run up the wall, or you gotta break down the wall, whatever you see fit. And eventually you're gonna get to that top. Which is getting this last fucking shield. Well, last 2 shields. And then when I go to Borderlands 2, I know it sounds like, oh, it's gonna be ass too, and it is. But we do have to not worry about cryo anymore. So not only will there be 1 less top Malwan part to worry about, there's also gonna be 2 less rare shields I can even get. On top of doing it low level. I'm pretty sure you have to do it with class mods. You might be able to cut them out though. I don't know exactly what level class mods spawn. You might be able to cut them out, but I'm not sure. My guess is that class mods and Nova Shield spawn at the exact same level because I know they're at Frostburn, but there might be, you know, a secret, super hidden vendor I might be able to farm that only has shields in it, and that would be fucking huge, dude. That'd be so huge. That would cut down the time I'd have to farm, like, literally in half. But I don't think that's gonna happen. Even so, though, what's cool about Borderlands 2 is that vendors are not to your level. I think they'll go up to your level to a point, but they're based on the area they're in. So, like, my level 80 Salvador or whatever, or 0, I could just go to Frostburn Canyon normal mode and farm it that way. I don't have to start a new character. And even if I did, it's, like, a lot faster to get to level 8 than it is to get to level 8 in this game. Because there's just way less story you have to go through. There's still a decent amount, but way, way less. The fact that, like, you don't have to do the Concordia sequence, which is, like, the amount of time to kill, or the amount of time it would take to kill Captain Flint. I mean, like, it's not that bad. Also, too, I mean, in that game, I pretty much have, you know, infinite money. If I bought literally every single item from every single run from every single vendor I could at level, you know, Frostburn Canyon, I don't even think I would be able to run out of money. You know, I did that for like an hour or like 2 or 3 hours because everything's gonna be like $40 compared to like my literally maxed out money that I got from selling one OP like 7 item. Which is nice. I had to actually worry about money on this one. I had to like get myself a couple of my old high level items to give it to this character. I didn't sell anything good. I just want like a couple whites, but I mean, it's still, you know, it took way more time to do it. And even then, I got 16,000, and that's still 1,000. I can only buy this 15 times. And I could go out of my way, and, you know, I could farm legendaries and then dupe them and then give them to my character and sell them, but that's so much work for something that's not really needed. It's nice to just go to level OP, you know, whatever, Cradle, and then give my character infinite money, pretty much. Also, that's what Tilde does, so in case you ever wonder why I hit that. I don't actually do anything with Tilde. I think I only did it to install the mod that is Commander. But it's right next to escape button, so I hit it all the time. Or not all the, you know, every once in a while. I will also say too, there's not many other games I'm playing right now, so it's a bit easier to justify the 1 hour, you know, farming priest evil. I might get back too. I'm not even sure if he's gonna want to play Factorio because we haven't played Factorio in like 2 weeks, so I don't even know what's going on in that right now. Luckily, we're not like so complex. Like we could probably figure it out, but I mean, we'll see if we even ever boot that game up again. I beat it like a couple times, but Matt's never beaten it. We've been live for an hour and 5 minutes. So we will probably call it here. I'm gonna, let's say 10 more runs, the classic 10 more runs. So that was number 1. And then we'll call it. I'm pretty good at catching it. Last one's like 109 or something. This one's 105. And it's the first time I checked it, too. Three. Four. Five. Six. Seven. Eight. Nine. And lastly, 10. This is the last one right here. It might have been the last one last time, but I'm pretty sure this is the last one. If not, we did 11. Which is fitting for Warlands anyway, because I always love raising the caps to 11 because it's funny. Okay, that's it. Nothing new today, sadly, but, you know, you gotta put in the hours. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you are watching, you know, post live up to this point, you're great. I love you. Thank you for watching this long. Fantastic. Real quick, I'm just gonna test something. So I got my alt, Mark M8 on this. Okay, I'm gonna unsubscribe. And then I'm going to subscribe and see if it pops up. I doubt it will. Yeah, I did not. So next time, or maybe like I'll do a little test off stream. And I'll see if I get a guy to sub, if it'll pop up. I don't think we've ever had someone sub during a live stream, which I'm assuming is the problem. So that's why the mini feed is weird. But also, it could just not be hooked up right. I know what's funny, too, is like Max Fisher. Not the dox you, that's literally the name of your channel. Oh, there it is. Okay, so it works. That's good.
I can't make a gas can thinner to put the fucking shit in.
So that's what pops up if you sub. So it does actually work. That's very cool. But Max Fisher, 4 months ago, subbed, right? So I've been using him as the tester, and I feel like I've played his thing like 500 times. So I'm glad that now I can do it to myself, and I can use myself as a tester. Anyway, I appreciate everyone that's here. It's cool that the sub thing actually does work. I did not think that was gonna work. See you guys later, though. I'll probably be back tomorrow. I have work tomorrow, though, so like